The Israeli Army has received the first domestically produced ROEM, thunderous self-propelled artillery, on a wheeled chassis, confirming the beginning of a new era for the Israel Defense Forces' artillery. The delivery took place without official announcements from either the Army or the manufacturer, Elbit Systems. However, a discreet ceremony was held at the company's facilities in Yokneam. Senior artillery officials attended the event, including the Israel Defense Forces' Chief of Artillery, Brigadier General Ehud Bibi. This highlights the importance of the program for the Israeli Armed Forces. The ROEM is a new generation 155mm self-propelled howitzer designed to replace the aging fleet of M109 Doher that has served in the Israel Defense Forces for decades. Its introduction marks a clear shift towards automation, digital connectivity, and rapid delivery of supporting fire. The mobility and digital connectivity of the ROEM align with Israel's broader shift towards multi-domain operations, where artillery remains a crucial pillar, in combination with air and ground assets. Who wants a military confrontation in Europe, and why? In the end, this is the million-euro question, to which the answers from European officials so far have been indirect, but they all point towards a military confrontation between Europe and Russia. Europe is facing the possibility of a war breaking out much sooner than anyone had already expected. The Greek press recently revealed that the Greek armored force, with Leopard 2, a 6 HEL tanks Marder IFVs, and personnel is being considered to be sent to France. Within the framework of the multinational exercise called Orion, 2026 Europe is entering a phase of war preparation, with NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte warning of a historic-scale conflict with Russia. The Allies have committed to defense spending of 5% of gross domestic product by 2035, while the European Union is promoting the military Schengen and the SAVE program for rapid mobilization and joint weapons production. At the same time, the freezing of Russian assets, amounting to 210 billion euros, sends a message of resilience to Moscow. Dendias's comments on border losses in Greece raise questions, as NATO and European Union rhetoric hints at preparing for a possible confrontation, raising the crucial question: are European citizens ready for war? War is the father of all and the king of all, writes Heraclitus, and he is absolutely right. In the environment shaped by the war in Ukraine, German military planners are sounding the alarm, estimating that recent cyber attacks, acts of sabotage, and organized disinformation campaigns may be the prelude to a new war. This warning is included in a confidential government document, which came to the attention of the politician. This particular assessment is reflected in the operational plan for Germany, which describes how Berlin intends to organize the defense of German territory. In the event of a large-scale NATO conflict, this plan reflects a broader strategic shift by Germany, which has taken on a central role in logistics and reinforcement planning for the alliance. This change is directly linked to the fact that Russia is becoming increasingly aggressive toward NATO's European countries. After the Kremlin's full-scale invasion of Ukraine almost 4 years ago, according to the document, hybrid measures can essentially serve to prepare for a military confrontation, rather than treating cyber attacks and influence campaigns as mere behind-the-scenes pressure. Her plan places at the center of the logic of military escalation. This approach has direct consequences for the role that Germany plans to play in a future conflict. The operational plan presents the country as an operational base and a key corridor for NATO troops, who could come under pressure from the early stages of a crisis because of Germany's position as a main hub for the movement and sustainment of forces.
Switzerland is moving towards reducing its
number of F-35A Lightning I fighter jets. It plans to purchase from the United States in order to stay within the original budget. As the government announced, the final number of aircraft has not yet been determined, while the main goal is to avoid exceeding the approved budget. By the end of January, the Ministry of Defense is required to present an internal prioritization of needs for the years 2026, 2027. In 2021, Byrne chose the Lockheed Martin F-35A as the country's next-generation fighter jet, based on the assumption that the total cost for 36 aircraft would amount to 6 billion Swiss francs. As General Fabien Mondon, chief of the French Armed Forces Staff, notably emphasized during a hearing in the Senate, an aircraft carrier goes beyond the concept of a simple ship. It is primarily a tool for projecting air power. This truth was clearly confirmed during the recent Operational Readiness Training, MEKO, of the aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle in the Mediterranean. During this 10-day phase, the French Navy carried out an intensive exercise program, which included 15 safety drills, 11 anti-aircraft warfare exercises, 3 operational capability control exercises, and 1 Exocet surface-to-ship firing. At the same time, the GAE Air Group, consisting of 18 Rafale Marine 2E Pavla aircraft, 2 Sea Hockey, and 3 helicopters, had the opportunity to test its endurance and capabilities under realistic conditions. The Russian government unexpectedly began publishing classified files and data from the Soviet KGB about Nazi collaborators who fled to the West, possibly targeting political figures in Europe and elsewhere. According to the ITER-TASS news agency, the Federal Security Service has started publishing KGB data about Nazi collaborators who escaped prosecution in Western countries. This was reported by the Federal Security Service Public Relations Center, as clarified by the Federal Security Service. The publications will be based on a list completed in 1964, which includes traitors, members of anti-Soviet organizations, paramilitary executioners, and agents of foreign intelligence services who collaborated with the Nazis in occupied territories of the former Soviet Union and other countries. Austria is proceeding with the procurement of 12 light fighter aircraft M346F Block 20 from the Italian defense industry Leonardo. The country already has 15 Eurofighter Typhoon fighter jets and officially announced the signing of the contract with Austria. Thank you for watching us. To be the first to receive all the latest updates, like and subscribe to our channel.